everybody, and welcome to the Crown Jewel preview. We are the Dudley Boys of What Culture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett, Michael Sidgwick, here to look ahead to Crown Jewel this weekend. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We do daily wrestling podcasts where we review Raw, SmackDown, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. Dynamite, AW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a big quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, they're joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to look ahead to Crown Jewel this weekend. Is this going to be the best Crown Jewel ever?
I mean, I think it might be. You know me, I've always been a big Crown Jewel fan.
Yeah.
It's definitely not felt like the most hated of all the PLE names. But no, aside from the fact that it is, I don't know, like it's easier to preview.
Jesus, this is the 7th Crown Jewel.
Yep. Because obviously this one's in Perth, but yeah, that's how many years we're into the Saudi Arabia deal.
Wow.
They're difficult shows to preview and simply preview the wrestling. Obviously, this feels breezier by comparison, this one, with it being in Australia.
Quite the legacy to follow, of course, with DX versus the Brothers of Destruction from 2018, and then the Seth Rollins versus the Fiend Falls Count Anywhere match the year after.
The Seth Rollins Fiend Falls Count Anywhere, where they literally put on the graphic, there will definitely be a winner, we promise, we're really sorry.
We'll do a finish this time, guys.
Yeah, defo. And, right, which is, of course, prompted one of the Young Bucks, didn't it? Be like, AW Dynamite Wednesday night. Like,
that was the Hell in a Cell, yeah.
Like, at the very same time, with the reality that the Punker had not debuted, not just at Double or Nothing or All In, but on the debut edition of Dynamite, just didn't seem like that was a thing. They run a tournament where they call the best in the world. So it's like...
Won by?
Shane McMahon.
It's good heat.
Yeah, in the moment it was. But he was a babyface when he won it.
Didn't he step in for the Miz or something?
Yeah, he beat up Dolph Ziggler.
Phase one of the turn.
Yes.
They knew what they were doing.
You're right.
Long-term planning, but only for Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
It was the worst of times.
Not for me, I liked it.
But it's not just in comparison to those times why I think we can say this card is pretty good. I have really, really enjoyed the build to this. It's benefited from the shorter time and
better build than WrestlePalooza.
Well, it's better build than WrestleMania. It's not just the low bar of Crown Jewel 2018, 2019, etc. that we're clearing. It is the low bar of WrestlePalooza, which was absolutely the point where the WWE fan base came together. There was less infighting within the WWE camp as the AW one. Like, we've kind of all agreed. Gone rubbish on it. Like, WrestlePalooza was confirmation of that. Was PLE confirmation of that? And I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that the last 3-4 weeks have been a response to it, but up and down this card, like the matches, the stories, feeling way better health than it did going into that show.
WrestlePalooza was shocking in terms of promotion, build, execution, reception. Like, it had, like, Triple H doesn't know what he's doing half the time. I'm convinced of this. Looked into his role, or that he's beavered away at. Oh, you laughing at the word beaver? Yeah. He's been beavering away at that thing for 20 years. He finally bloody gets it. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, the first 2 years, but a lot of it was Rob Fee and Paul Heyman for me. Launched on the back of Vince McMahon's promotion of Cody Rhodes, actually.
Have you seen the creative shake-up on SmackDown they've announced? It's like, oh, don't worry, one thing's going to stay the same. Road Dogg. I was like, that's the one thing you need to change.
Yeah. So I don't know what Levesque was thinking with WrestlePalooza. If you think about it, like, Raw's always Raw. It's always going to have this sort of...
I'm nodding. Like, golf
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't going nowhere.
This sort of... this legacy brand value and whatever. And WrestleMania is always going to be WrestleMania. If you think about WrestlePalooza, it was his first...
And the Garden, sorry?
Garden's always going to be the Garden. WrestlePalooza was his first big own brand thing, correct? Maybe Clash? Clash at Cardiff or whatever.
Yeah, wherever. Yeah, I mean, he didn't, it sort of snuck out that he wasn't the biggest fan of the name, was he? But Nick can't put his foot down because he's this weird ECW life.
Mark,
Well, New Jack in the Game, and WrestlePalooza was the big SPN debut.
Yeah.
Unspoken.
Yes.
Nick Khan out.
So his reputation has taken a pummeling this year, Levesque. A total pummeling. I mean, I think John Cena's hopeless, and there was no hope, therefore, of the heel turn ever going well. But there's been like the R-Truth thing feels like it was 5 years ago. So Levesque's taking a batter, and this is his chance really to make people think, oh, it's still good, it's still good, it's still good. And this is, I would describe as a detached outsider better.
You certainly were very excited when I simply said, there's only 5 matches on this card.
Well, on that, it's very controversial, this whole 5-match PLE crack, and yes, the adverts, and well, let's go make a cup of tea. Enjoy the breather so you can enjoy the next match. Or not, in my case, but theoretically.
Or use this biggest streaming service in the world to watch a little bit delayed, watch later, get a VPN if you want to watch
Dates, 2025. It's 2025.
pretty easy to not make this show feel as laborious as people.
Absolutely.
Or watch the adverts and daydream about living in Australia.
Well, I mean, there'll be plenty of them.
Too many big animals for me.
I agree.
Too many scary animals.
Too scary.
Too long a flight to get there in the first place. Too many scary animals. Not for me.
We're effing on that one. Like I said exactly the same.
Indeed.
You don't need snakes in your toilet.
So I'm happy with 5-match mega shows. I am, truly. I prefer 7, I think would be my magic number. 7. Like, WWE's are too short. Not really. AEW's are certainly too long. 7 would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. The perfect compromise has revealed itself, and neither side wants to do it.
Absolutely. Now, for me, this is an opportunity for Levesque, whose PLE output has been garbage, like this year in particular. Garbage. There's not one show that WWE has produced on a weekend under the PLE classification that I would consider excellent.
I'd say Evolution made that.
I think it was
Chamber?
more refreshing than excellent across the board. I really enjoyed Evolution. I really did. Well, Chamber?
Yeah. I mean, people love the Owens Zane thing more than I did, but if you include that.
I didn't hate it, but I thought it was monumentally overrated, that.
I agree. But like...
Yeah, I like Chamber.
I would say a good to great show.
Okay,
like,
well, rule proven exception then.
Yeah,
yeah. You've walked into my trap. Broadly the record's piss poor, but the build of this, I mean, it's the low bar that WWE will almost forever benefit from, which is weird because it's the promotion with all the resources that you should be holding to the highest standard. But the conversation I'm seeing online is better. Thank you. Like, it's better than it's been. This represents an opportunity, is what I'm saying.
And the prestigious Crown Jewel Championships are on the line. Quite the legacy.
I've got really mixed feelings on these. Like, the belt is hideous. The ginormous belt is hideous. And I like babyface is like, I know like it's a place where people fight for money and belts, so I get that to an extent. But just how particularly audacious and ugly that belt is, and then the attached ring you get with it, which in AEW has been used very effectively as like a heel's weapon and this vanity thing with MJF. They're not exactly the prizes I love in the case of Cody, for example, like your top baby faces aspiring to have, but it is wrestling.
And we got Cody and Gunther out of it.
Well, right, and this is what I was going to say. It's sort of a bad thing is actually a good thing, because these champion versus champion matches 2 years in a row have presented a bit of a gift, I would say, at the booking. In this, it is simultaneously high stakes and no stakes.
Yes.
You are bringing together, as long as you're booking your champions well, and Triple H does a pretty good job with his champions, you're bringing together something of a dream match. You know, something that doesn't seem anywhere on the horizon. It doesn't seem like anything that people are thinking about for WrestleMania, because if anything, you're thinking about them in separate spots. And it's like, we can have this. So that's pretty massive. It's in a traditionally quite cold and quiet time of year for a business. And you can pretty much deliver any finish you want. And what it actually does is
the Seals will enjoy it regardless.
That wasn't what I was going to say, Sidgwick. No, I was going to say it will service the actual story between the wrestlers down the line. One of these days, Cody and Gunther will have a significant, heated, emotional storyline, and they will be able to use the fact that, well, we've actually wrestled once and I beat you. Seth, I know we're jumping ahead, like, might win this, but it'll feel like a little bit like it won't count until they're down the line doing this again. You know, it's. I don't know. I can't remember a time where, like, you know, the Survivor Series for years, we ripped on them for like the Raw and SmackDown. Like, it meant nothing. And this, theoretically, should mean nothing. But I genuinely think do quite a good job of having this, like, one night, didn't think they'd be wrestling each other yet. Like, well done, you've beat this wrestler, but have you? We'll find out in years to come when they revisit it.
It's the end of the world for Seth Rollins on Saturday, basically.
Well, and this is it. Like we talk about the lower bar with WWE, and I've never really contested that, but it is interesting now that we have reached the era that they are starting to reference and mine and use their high bar in Seth and Cody, in the lore of Roman Reigns and the bloodline and the like, and in, I guess, we're going to find out in the build to WrestleMania in what CM Punk's done so far. They are starting to kind of go back to, we were a bit better then. It's time to start using those stories and those dramatic devices we built up at the time. I think you're getting that here a little bit as well.
You could more cynically interpret that, as I would, as let's just go back to the past.
Oh, because it feels like they're out of really great ideas.
Yeah.
Which again is historically something companies do when the bloom's off the rose.
AEW are doing it.
Yeah, but like it's still good. It's still good booking. Follows every boom period. And we're seeing that here. But it is stuff to be mined, and as I think we've seen with the TV output with the main event, especially. Like it's been to the betterment of the show.
I saw speculation that the Aussie street fight was going to main event this show. I sense probably they're going to top and tail with the Crown Jewel title matches.
Do you know how this started, I think?
Go on.
This speculation that it's going to main event the show. Do you know, where did you see it?
I just saw on Twitter someone saying it, I think.
Right. Dave Meltzer reported, this match is, set. The final match is set, right? So stupid who pollute pro wrestling discourse and conversation and their terrible media literacy and reading comprehension brackets general have interpreted that as the final match on the show, not the final match to be added to the show.
And this is no relation to one final table either, just to clarify. That's Sunday, of course.
No, that's your baby. That you named that.
Yeah, you'll probably just do
one final table.
Will you just be doing like a one-person preview?
Yeah,
like on your phone or something?
Live stream at home.
I mean, it still might main event independently of it, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think it makes all the sense in the world to have Cody versus Seth as the actual main event because of all the stuff, not only the title, but all the other stuff.
Marvels.
That's right, yeah. Cinema.
So let's start with the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. The Raw champion, Stephanie Vaquer, versus Tiffany Stratton. Babyface versus babyface affair.
Yeah, which again, I don't mind because there's two of them, Jesus. Like the contrast is better. Like it would feel forced and fake to try and, to even attempt really to find some lore between Stephanie Vaquer and Tiffany Stratton that is anything like Cody's and Seth's. You use the pieces you've got ultimately. And this one is a
catchphrase.
A WWE champion in Tiffany Stratton, who is increasingly starting to talk about the length of her reign as a way to put herself over as the woman to beat in WWE.
Tiffy's all about time.
Yeah. Stephanie Vaquer is kind of beating the women to beat in WWE. She's the actual woman to beat, and she's done that pretty quickly. And it's fine. It's a match. Again, I think this is a perfect example of what I was saying before. It's definitely got there's a program down the line between these two that's more interesting than this and more evocative and might mean more for the characters. But the timing of this particular match and this particular champion versus champion services Stephanie Vaquer really well. I think she'll win. Tiffany Stratton is starting to build up a list of injuries and kind of the scars of war ultimately for having the belt as long as she's had it.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. They can actually benefit from the absolute state that was that triple threat the other week.
Oh my God.
The complete mess that was made there. They've built that into Tiffany Stratton taking her licks. 300 days she's coming up on as champion.
That,
the fact that with each Fued she comes out on top of, she's kind of weaker for it. Somebody will
skin of her teeth sort of thing. Yeah.
So when, and I do believe Stephanie Vaquer will win, when Stephanie Vaquer kind of just hitting a prime, still celebrating winning the world title effectively, when she out wrestles her and beats her, they can shake hands at the end of it, but the next opponent for Tiffany Stratton will go for the throat. They're look, I know you're beatable. I've just witnessed you literally lose. That title's vulnerable. You're vulnerable. Just because you've held it for a long time, it doesn't mean that I should feel threatened by you, and I'm going to take it. It could be they could go back to Nia Jax potentially. I know, but I don't think she'll beat her or anything. But that last opponent to sort of, again, put a blemish on her for the person that's actually going to take the belt.
Yeah, I agree. I think Vaquer wins. Obviously, I wouldn't have her beaten. Raw pitching a shutout in our predictions, quite possibly here. But
Big
could
night
this
for
be?
Raw.
It doesn't quite work because of Australia and New Zealand. Could this be a catalyst for a heel turn for Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it's odd that she's a babyface, really, when you consider the character as shallow as it is. Has she ever really explored what was funny and entertaining and distinct, shallow as it is, on the main roster as NXT? Like, she was funnier.
Yeah, she
she
fell
was
in a
more
bucket.
of a presence.
Yeah.
Shut up, mate. But, like, the oblivious, such a dickhead that she doesn't even know she's upsetting people. Like, that is, I mean, she's playing a mean Valley girl.
Yeah.
Realistically. Yeah. But now she's been reduced to a catchphrase to the point where it's driving the storylines. I mean, this is like, oh, you've done well here, Stephanie, but it's Tiffy time. All right, okay, well, you win. Do you? Crap. So if it is a catalyst for the heel turn, I welcome it because Tiffany Stratton has genuinely had like a good comedic timing on NXT. I'm looking forward to this match because Tiffany Stratton has got that maniac gene in there sometimes. Like some of the bumps she takes, she can go when paired with selected certain opponents. And luckily for her, this one, after seemingly a run of months, doesn't have two left feet or is outright hopeless.
Yeah, it's weird. We just shot a video earlier today talking about like predictions for the Royal Rumble, and like you can see somewhat of
early.
Somewhat of your path for Vaquer and the Rumble and WrestleMania and maybe Rhea Ripley or whatever you want to pitch. But you can see her being in and around the world title picture.
Yep.
I have no idea what happens with the SmackDown Women's Championship.
That's because it's terribly booked. The division's pretty awful.
I would disagree slightly with Sidge on that one, and I would say it's probably because we're due a title change.
Yeah.
And that's why it's harder, like where that champion's going to like be or who's going to go back to the game.
If you think of a champion challenger match from the existing SmackDown roster, that is fresh.
Yeah, we had one.
It's hard.
On the last review, and I cannot remember who actually said.
Talking about Bianca, basically. We always come back to her.
Well, but I don't know this obviously. Like
if you turn Tiffy heel, that's a great match.
Yeah.
That
and
could be the one.
And it's new. And like, to go back to the game Triple H for a second, what he's failed to do this year that he did in the last two was...
your brow furrowed as he said that.
It's just a pathetic mark, isn't he?
Do you know why it's still in my head? Because I was watching that when he had to like do the apologetic. Sorry, New Orleans, do you want Money in the Bank? Because we're taking WrestleMania back to Vegas. And it was like the direct contrast of...
Hey, it's the game Triple H.
Hi, fans, it's a game Triple H. We've all had a sad day here.
Not me.
In total contrast, in total contrast to The Rock coming out and being like, "Get the fireworks out! The motherfucking final boss is here to say, New Orleans, it's your big night." Triple H, like
The Rock is Batista, obviously.
3 months later, we have a lot of arrogant charlatans that sometimes come here and say things they don't mean, such as Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Unlike me, the game Triple H. That was the implication I felt. No, like the last couple of years, he did what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get from SummerSlam to Survivor Series or something big, and then you're supposed to, by Survivor Series, be able to kind of pinpoint where the Rumble's going for WrestleMania. And that hasn't happened this year with WrestleMania to SummerSlam and subsequently following on from SummerSlam. You sort of got a chance here with Crown Jewel. Like, if you look at these big matches, quite a few of them sort of quietly lead you towards Survivor Series.
A month and a half away.
And the idea of that is to get you ready for the Rumble. So with this women's division, Tiffany Stratton losing is that. Tiffany Stratton losing this match in the biggest defeat she's had since winning the title is what sets her on course to whether it's Survivor Series defeat, whether or not it's like just this winter period where I expect her to lose the title. This gets you on the path to that.
Let's turn our attention to John Cena and AJ Styles. What's your memories of this sort of legacy feud of theirs?
I don't have as much warmth in my heart for it as a lot of people, but I did love the matches.
Video Package did a good job on Raw, didn't it?
It did. Which I think was really valuable because, as we talked about on like another podcast, you can't underestimate the job WWE did finding a new audience this time around and just how much nostalgia was there from the ticket buying public who say yeet for the AJ Styles, John Cena Super Worker era. You know, I like those matches, but I think we've talked about this, Sidge. Like, they sort of belong where they happened. 2016, 2017. John Cena in the last days of him wanting to like prove himself to some of his doubters. AJ Styles kind of needed to prove himself to Vince McMahon. The magic, the genuine magic of Mr. TNA fighting Mr. WWE when that had any value. Sorry, Wilbourn, it didn't on Tuesday night. Those things were real back when they happened. Yeah. You know, the first face-off before even AJ Styles had turned heel, so he could beat up John Cena, had people doing the holy chant, just them facing off for a promo set, because just they're in the ring together. What? Yeah. You know, that magic was real, and it was one of them desert roses of WWE's dreadful, but this is good, and there was some of them at the time. So this is just like a nice reminder of that more than something that I think will be of a high standard. It probably, and I wish I could have said this more for this John Cena run, it probably really benefits from the destination. Like the Randy Orton match was booked for the right night. You know, if you were going to do it, you do it in St. Louis. CM Punk was booked for the absolute worst night, and we know why that happened. This is going to be a really hot crowd that can probably, you know, like Australian fans, you see it like on the internet quite a lot. Like, understandably, really, really want more live wrestling than they're able to get. It is a lot of travel. It is a lot of expense. The live show, you're probably talking like 5 times maybe there's been significant live events in Australia ever. For a country that has almost identical exposure to the product that we've got, you couldn't imagine it, could you, if you'd be saying like, what, since 85, there's been like 5 times they've been at the UK. It wouldn't track, would it? But that's been Australia's lot, really. They're going to receive this as enormous. Nobody, when Crown Jewel Perth goes on sale, buying a ticket, just really excited about WWE coming to town, could have imagined they'd have something that, if you want to imagine it, is the size and scale of AJ and John Cena. To some people, this will be WrestleMania size, and I think the crowd will do a lot of the heavy lifting here if John Cena can't. AJ, I think, will want to do his best. Remember when AJ wanted that last Undertaker match at WrestleMania because he believed in himself before the pandemic? He could give piss trophy guy a genuinely good night. I kind of think he'll apply that thought here. He'll want to be there for John Cena. Because Cody Rhodes was, in the end, at SummerSlam. I like the Logan Paul match. There's something in John Cena, and I think AJ might get that something out of him.
I've got a complicated relationship with nostalgia, generally, so I don't know if I'm the best person, like, equipped to preview this match, in that I get it. I get the pang. I love it as much as the next person in terms of that glow, if you like, that comforting glow of something that you loved in your youth. To an extent, I've got 2 competing things with it. One, I think I'll go back and watch certain films that I loved from years and years ago, and the magic will never leave it. And I'll understand if you apply that to wrestling, I'm a hypocrite if I think someone else shouldn't be doing cartwheels over something that's already happened. At the same time, if you're so nostalgic for this and you loved it so much, and go back and watch Royal Rumble 2017 if you like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see it again.
Do you think the run would have been better if it was... So based on that, because there's been a few of these cases, obviously, if you look at Orton and Punk and Brock and others, if you'd have...
Just member Berry's crap.
Well, but if you'd have switched it out with John Cena versus 20 brand new opponents for the first time, do you think it would have been any better?
Or like, if I'm promoting it, right, genuinely, I'm pairing Cena against talents that he's not really worked before.
Yeah.
I don't want to book John Cena's retirement run off the top of my head. Obviously, you do a little bit of this. But I think it's defined the run. It is defined the run. And again, I'm not the guy. Like, people love this dude, John Cena. People, like, loved him growing up. He was their hero and whatnot. I was too old from at the time when he was the babyface character, 40 years old. And I thought you were So I was really, I've got 2 reasons not to feel no nostalgia for John Cena whatsoever. One, I was too old. The other, I think, is the pits. Genuinely never rated him as a professional wrestler. 5 nights, maybe. I don't think this has been particularly effective. I don't think this AJ Styles match people enjoyed for the night. I wouldn't have booked it. But then again, John Cena very rarely goes in there in a ring and you look at the other guy and think, God, Cena did a job for that person. It's never been his thing. I guess what I'm saying is do what you like. It's not for me at all. But I just don't understand the appeal of this particular match.
I don't think they were going to book it. Cena did the Styles Clash on the same night he did Edge's Spear. There was a lot of moves in that match that existed to say, I'm not wrestling him.
I think... this match follows a trend where ultimate hypocrite Paul Levesque isn't, following his own advice.
Sounds like the guy I fought at WrestleMania 12, Sidgy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he will be the first to... He's always had this, unless he wants a claim off you, like the likes of us, who will use the most accessible device in the world, a phone, to log on to the thing that we all need in our daily lives, the internet, to register an opinion, and we become, like, different to everyone else.
Yeah.
We're all doing it. Internet fans, me and my friend Mark were going to stop watching and all this, and they did. So did Adam, Benjamin, Charlie, Dave, Elliot, Fred, Greg,
Craig.
Jessica?
H is next.
I'm just going to know what's happening with Jessica.
What's the name that begins with H?
Harry.
Henry, Ian, Jake, Kevin, Leo, yeah, Matthew, Nigel.
Yeah, I was going to say because Michael didn't.
Nigel, Oliver, Peter, Quinton,
Brilliant.
Robert, Steve, Terry, Ulysses.
I was going to say Hugo. Okay.
That begins with an H, though.
No, Hugo Ekiok.
All right, you stop watching. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Victor.
Start watching as well. So did William. Xander hated it.
Yannick. I went to school with Yannick.
Yannick, I hates it. And so, of course, did...
Zinedine.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, come out of Sydney. We know that Z stopped watching.
And yet...
Zizou. I'm busy.
And yet, right...
Don't hurt me.
Sacrilege corner if he just stayed the course with our truth. Is anyone in October 2025 genuinely, like, screaming their heads off, disgusted that our truth is no longer the promising, and it was quite promising Ron Killing's character that he portrayed after being rehired, or if everyone just accepted it? Yeah. I reckon if he'd stayed the course, it would have blown over within 2 weeks.
Yeah. That was another Nick Carman, wasn't it? Like he lost a power play or something, and then he spat his dummy out in the way that he used him on television. Right, you can have your stinking art drink. Got away my plan.
And then carrying cross.
Yeah.
Then this carrying cross thing. Christ, it's been blissful, mate. Not having to listen to you ask me about carrying cross.
Great
on
Chris
a
Van
weekly
Vliet interview
basis.
recently. I watched that.
How's he still getting interviews? What's left for him to say? He's good at what he does. It's just what he does isn't wrestling.
Putting it all out there for AEW, weren't they? I saw that aggregated thing. Like if we were there, that would be us forever.
I mean, I cringed a million times watching that, and it was only on for like 30 seconds. The clip I saw, like, oh god, they were twerking for it. I reckon I want John Cena to wrestle AJ Styles. It would have blown over him within 2 weeks. They would have been happy with whatever they got. I just find this match an odd thing for people to have demanded so vocally. It would have blown over if you never got it.
We're sort of dancing around the point, by the way, that we all know John Cena wins, right?
Yeah. Well, but then AJ Styles might be quite tired because it's a long old drive, isn't it? Along the long road to Australia.
Yeah. It's going all along the world.
That's it, yeah.
I've been all along the world.
You talk about how
along the world.
They're not just throwing away these matches. Is this gonna
along the world, along the world, along the world, along the world?
That's what like AJ says now. They're actually mates. I said, "You're daft punk."
But could this be used as like a thing for
Chris
AJ
Daniel told me some
Styles
stuff about you
to be like, this is John Cena's
sense.
retirement year. My retirement year is next year, and I've just lost to him.
Yeah, they did. Do you remember? Ooh, a month ago when they had AJ Styles cut a worked shoot in the middle of the commercial break. That was dumb, wasn't it?
Was it about to arrive at this?
Well, people have.
What a stupid thing, regardless.
Yeah, connected those dots. Nobody's listening to what I want. However the hell he was saying. Like,
doesn't it sound like they've just placated a talent and this wasn't the original plan?
Maybe because
I mean, I think it's
messy. It's messy.
If
regardless.
They've done this is a worked shoot of like, I don't know, this is old AG around here no more. And like, they go, all right, okay, well, you can have your match. Oh, shut up. What a great scintillating story from the auteurs.
Maybe I need to take my business elsewhere.
Indeed. Wilbourn, you're a mark.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. And you probably like this back in the day.
Yeah.
Where are you on this? Are you like, I'm gutted to have missed the AJ match from the retirement tour? Or where are you?
I'm kind of with you. I was never like, oh my God. Apart from Punk, I was never
They could not do Punk, I'm sorry.
Screwed it up.
I really liked all the Punk stuff.
Did.
I liked
You
all
liked
the Punk
it,
stuff.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was embarrassing if you were a Punk fan. Not for me, I liked it.
Not for me, I liked it as well, but just for enjoyed the pipe bomb.
I'm a weird kind of Punk fan because I quite like him doing the stuff like that because somehow it still pisses off a select group of people saying like, see, I told you he was a total sellout. Oh, congratulations.
Welcome to wrestling.
Yeah, welcome to the business, kid.
I was never like, when it was, announced as John Cena's final year, I like John Cena, but I was never like, come on, John. And then I didn't have this like laundry list of like, I was always like, I'd quite like, he needs to wrestle Punk, and I quite like him to work Gunther. And I suppose people would like a Randy Orton match. I'm not asked, to be perfectly honest. AJ, I think if you're going to do it, you'd want it to be AJ. I was more concerned about like probably do a Gunther match. That could be fun as well. It just seems what we're leading towards. Now it's here, like you say, it's not, it's not the reason I'm like, can't wait for Saturday sort of thing.
Here's the thing, right, with this. I thought it was a really clever idea to do John Cena versus Sami Zayn on TV with Sami Zayn being the United States champion because it was a case of, the rules have completely reversed here. Look how far Sami Zayn has come. I mean, he didn't get there on the back of one Herculean, like, giving performance from John Cena.
You can work it, though, can't you?
They can work it. Yeah. And I thought it was a really, if you do booking like that, that is what I would describe as a very, very effective callback because you're revisiting a dynamic that people remember fondly. So you've got the nostalgia component there. And what you are doing is sort of bragging through your promotion what you've done with that talent in the intervening years. And what they've done, and what Sami has done, like through force of will a lot of the time, is become he's part of it. If there's when the conversations happen in the years to come, right, and there's like a Mount Rushmore of the WWE Levesque boom resurgence, whatever, Sami Zayn's on there.
Yeah.
Of course he is. So what you've done is you've used nostalgia to effectively highlight, all right, okay, this is good now and it was good then. I'm not being funny, right? What's AJ Styles done in years and years and years and years? Nothing on the level of Sami Zayn. Like AJ Styles, the
Royal Rumble 2017 was probably his peak artistically.
Yeah, he needed that backlash night. Where's he if that doesn't happen? Then, to be quite honest, where's he been since that?
Yeah.
If you go on the Wikipedia page or the cage match or whatever of AJ Styles, like, my God, he was almost flash in the pan WWE for a year, and then he's had some really like sporadic moments of out and out greatness, like that TLC match with Bryan, 2018, one of my favorite WWE matches ever. It's incredible. He'll have these little moments sprinkled throughout his career.
Him and Omos was fun.
But I guess for me, John Cena, I like the dynamic. This John Cena AJ Styles match feels like something I never even thought. Again, I'm not the biggest WWE guy or the biggest Cena guy, but like AJ Styles' modern track record's pretty like, So I was surprised that people were so vocal about it happening again.
I would say
just go on Netflix and leave me alone.
The only reason I wasn't surprised is because it's probably the most amongst like this, like a really hardcore base, but maybe the people that don't particularly watch it analytically, it's probably one of the most under-discussed things that AJ Styles doesn't do a lot. Like, I don't want to accuse him of coasting on reputation because I do feel quite strongly that this money run that he's had was very much earned when he wasn't making his money, if that makes sense. He did earn this massive crust he eventually got.
Thanks for being so important to TNA. How about a pay cut?
Yeah, but it's like when the first time I'm not saying that we were the first to do it or anything, but I certainly remember that we were willing to say, have you actually looked at his WrestleMania record? It's a bit like that. His whole run, I think, could be distilled into that WrestleMania record. It's like, it doesn't really stand up, does it? And then if you look back, it's like, yes, we can probably highlight 10 great nights for AJ Styles in a 10-year run. It will be in January. Is that enough for him to be held up the way he is? Probably not. But people just do that, don't they? He came in with such acclaim that people have allowed that acclaim to be his oxygen for 10 years. And again, like I say, I don't think that's wholly undeserved, quite honestly.
And he was patter against Dom.
There are always little moments, but the real, when people talk of AJ Styles, it's in this like, he's got Styles, get in. He's going to fight AJ Styles. And
I don't get it.
That specific, like gravitas, a lot of the time it's not there.
Yeah. Moving on now, I've got a couple of options for you. You've either got that's when good rivals become good friends, or closer each day, EO and Ripley.
You dickhead.
In the 80s, as like really lovingly documented by The Simpsons, America fell in love with Australia through Crocodile Dundee, and everyone was Crocodile Dundee. We still do that as a nation, but we define it by Neighbours at home and away.
Yeah.
Soaps that I think both don't air anymore.
Is it Neighbours back again?
No, it went again.
Oh, did it?
I think it was weird, like, obviously, because it was a soap, but then Amazon were like, you can have, say, like, I don't know, 50 episodes, and it's like, that's not really how soaps work. Can we have some more forever? Like, no.
Some more forever, please.
You can't just give us the last season. That's not how soaps work.
I'm looking up Neighbours right now, so tell us your thoughts on
this. Neighbours fandom reminds me of these, like, like the R-Truth, the Karrion Kross, the Cena versus AJ, where it's like they will scream that it's not over.
Yeah.
Not over, not over, not over, not over yet. Like, it's over. We must have it. It's great. What the what's everyone saying it's done for, or it's bad, or whatever? And then they bring it back, and then no one cares.
Yeah. I mean, that, like, because soaps are the closest thing to the 52-week-a-year churn to the works doing wrestling company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it really is that thing that's just always there, so you don't actually consider the point when it might not be. So it's hard to pass when it's gone, and it's like, yes, thank God it's back.
Just watch something else.
Yeah.
Just find something else to do, right?
I can't speak to that, can I?
No.
But like,
it's fandoms are, it's weird.
Still going.
I thought it were.
Elle is left with egg on her face. Nicolette lends a helping hand, and the resident attempts to hide their past.
All right.
It's just a few weeks back.
Maybe what it was, I saw some Twitter account, it appeared on my For You, that like, last time I'll ever visit Ramsey Street.
He's getting into Neighbours as we
Colton
speak.
meets a handsome stranger. A new arrival is hiding a secret, and Max struggles to move on.
I don't care who Colton meets. I don't care where he works, where he eats,
where he doesn't work.
But yes, Rhea and EO are teaming
up. The fact
up
that I have to sit here and explain it is f***ing embarrassing.
Against the Kabuki Warriors.
I can't wait for this. Genuinely.
Yeah.
The story has been awful, but at times really good. Like, the storyline, great, actually. Performances, abysmal, atrocious. It's been a little bit of everything. But I'm not just doing like, this is not me doing sort of like match good, because I think we push against that as much as we can on this podcast. But I mean, match good, potentially match great. Kairi Sane's found her form again. Asuka's been tremendous since she's came back. This is one of the best little mini spells of her entire main roster run, I would say. She's just, the whole thing's connecting. She's like, the work's always been solid, but with Asuka, it gets great when the character works strong, and it's pretty strong here. Rhea and EO has been a tag team that they've been setting up for months, and this is like confirmation of it. It's like the coming out party for them as a formal tag team. They might even have a title shot off the back of it down the line. They could keep them as a tag team because it lifts two big, it's in Rhea face, lifts two pretty big names out of title contention.
Yeah.
Quite conveniently, for like others that are wanting that shot. And like, how massive did Rhea Ripley make her main event against Nia Jax feel the last time they were in Perth? Like, all the way over, the massive, massive home country returning star. Like, it's going to be one of the most over things on the show. It's like, that kind of reaction is something I get excited about tuning in to watch a WWE show. That, like, they can linger on that as long as they want, and I won't get bored of it. The top star stuff.
Who wins?
Baby faces.
Yeah.
Aye, this is
I think there's still
a
issues
launching
with
pad.
Kairi
Yeah.
as part of this heel team, isn't it, basically?
It's a launching pad and a really effective one for Io and Rhea to be a tag team for a while, I think.
You could have, Alexa and Charlotte versus Rhea and Io as a tag title match. I don't know whether it be Survivor Series or even further down the road. Yeah, it's a hell of a springboard for that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what Io and Rhea look like as a team
Because as well, you could pretty quickly fold them back into, like, if you needed a TV for you to heat them up, you could give them one more run with Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez, and then that's a really nice space created for Liv Morgan's return. Because, like, Rhea Ripley hates the Judgment Day again. You know who else does? But Liv and Rhea, stuff in it. Stuff that happened once, isn't it?
I'll tell you what. Right, when I watch this match, and I have to for work, I will be...
And you want to for pleasure.
I'll be watching Asuka intently because there are going to be some faces here that I'm going to hate. Right, that are just going to I know I'm going to hate some of the Rhea Ripley faces. Right. Like when Kairi and Io are on opposite sides of the ring and they're like, we have to wrestle now. And Kairi's like, I know we have to wrestle now. That's his job. So, that's why I have to do that.
Kairi's getting smurfed, didn't she? That's the finish, probably.
Ooh.
Accidental smurf.
Yeah,
Everyone
accidental
knows.
smurf.
Everyone says it like that. Look, so I'm expecting, like, this action-wise is almost can't fail.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't jinx that because Kairi Sane has had previous over the last however many years
I think
of her
she's back.
career.
I think she's back. You never know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You never know. She's like Jolistico, man.
Yeah.
She's good on Raw, wasn't she?
Yeah.
You'd hope so. Which is one of the big, one of the star characters of the biggest wrestling promotion on the planet. You'd hope she was good on Raw. So I'm going to see some faces that I will hate, some facial expressions that are going to just not be my blend of storytelling, which is basically anything that's rubbish. Yeah. Asuka, I'm going to pray and hope beyond hope that Asuka is going to... If you look at the stadium setting that this match is in, it is literally built this match for Asuka to be her most, like, Asuka, taunting, mischievous, when she's got the advantage, make sure everyone on Rosie, how would that sound in Australian? Rousey?
Yeah.
Everyone on Rousey. I don't know.
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, everyone, the old Ronda.
Did they say Z in Australia? Rouse Z, mate.
Z.
Let us know.
Let us know, Australia.
Australians haven't been alienated. Please get in touch.
Asuka is quite incredible at the spaces between moves, being a complete and utter dickhead. Like, and she will project big time in that stadium. So as long as she's in there way more often than this Kairi, Io, can we still be friends? Then this match has got a chance in my heart. Babyfaces win.
Yeah. Crikey! Let's turn our attention now.
You just want to say it.
That's what they say. Everyone says it.
It's truth.
Yeah. To the Aussie street fight between Roman Reigns and Big Bronson Reed. Is there any chance that Bronson Reed wins this one?
Yeah. I
think he might, you know.
Well, and just like the resulting clash in Paris, it's not going to matter terribly because
Guess you had to be there, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, they'll have the finish and then just tell the story afterwards. On the night that Roman Reigns was stretched out, he won.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How does time move for you?
You said, oh, yeah, you did have to be there, and you were. Like, yeah.
How does time move for you?
Smoothly.
It's just,
beautifully.
you relive so many days where you say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and multiple points. It must be a strange phenomenon for you.
Call me Ronan Keating because I'm loving each day. Bill Hicks said it's just a ride, guys.
Ronan Keating to Bill Hicks. The range on you. You're like a Fed pay-per-view. I do not and probably won't care about any of the action bail to bail, but I'll enjoy the entrances and I'm interested in the follow-up.
Just watch the entrance from the last Roman PLE.
Yeah. Kendo sticks and tables and that.
This is in Australia.
Aye. So I guess there might be a slight mixed reaction, but that might not be the worst thing, because this is the time for Roman to get a bit of a mixed reaction after Raw in particular.
Bricks.
Yeah, that's correct. He was being a real bastard in his return on Monday.
Yeah.
Really good. Tree stuff, bloodline stuff, tension. That's all back. I like that. There is a fantasy booking scenario that myself and Wilbourn have gotten very excited about recently, about the War Games babyface team of either a Roman Reigns or CM Punk assuming a leadership role because the Vision needs sorting out in War Games, and the Vision will probably have Brock for a 4-on-4 because Heyman we'll talk about that in a bit, but obviously Heyman will go above Seth's head for it. And either Punk or Roman, it works both ways, but like, right, we'll take them all out. It's top guys crew. Yeah, it's like Punk and Roman. If we helped each other out in War Games, I suppose we know that situation works. Jey Uso, you're a former world champion. And Punk's like, in one ear saying, don't be a miniature Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns like, I do actually, CM Punk. That's good. So
Worked like, for me.
Jey Uso's like, what should I do, Yeet? And then, there's Jimmy. I'm like, yeah, guys. And then they're like, and John Cena. Jimmy's like, oh. Like, Saved by the Bell crowd.
Oh, poor slime.
So we'll get slimy Uso. So we'll get a bit of that from Roman Reigns here. Like, he will get the help he needs. This will break down. There'll be Vision interference. There'll be Braun Breaker. The Usos will make the save, presumably. And Bronson Reed can win in those circumstances.
He said he didn't need their help, didn't he? He said, I don't want you. Or was that to do with... No, I think it was to do with this.
And he might well not, because it's Roman Reigns still wanting to show that he's this leader and he's this boss. And maybe by not needing the help, he has to remind himself, he has to check himself a bit and say, I was the best version of myself when I was just being nice to the Usos, not a complete like. But then he shows us all the time that like that's a mark of being the tribal chief, is that you kind of got to be this abusive, disgusting figure at the head of the
obviously.
table. Yeah. Aye. So it's fine if Bronson Reed does win, is what I'm saying. A series of weapons, a series of run-ins, Roman Reigns neglecting the help of others. That does actually set up War Games quite nicely. That does set the table for this match that potentially, if it is going to feature Roman, he's on the poster, isn't he?
Of War Games.
Survivor Series, yeah.
I think so.
And John Cena is, and he's never worked at War Games. That's quite a unique booking for one of Cena's last matches. You can actually put Bronson Reed over if you want to, and it's a reason to book this rematch again. I wouldn't have booked it personally. This is what I mean. I am interested in the story. I am interested in this returning Roman Reigns character. I am not interested in the bell to bell here one bit.
No. The match as I envision it is nightmarish. So, story at the end. That's part of the problem with these Roman matches is, this until you see a signature or a run-in or a barricade break, and you're just going to see some stalling. And he used to be great at stalling. There is an art to it. There is an art to building the drama. We've been there live for it. But now that he's not the guy who you cannot take your eyes off because he's the epicenter of all this. It's like, no, he's just been slow. Roman Reigns. Oh, no. Roman Reigns in an Australian accent. How many people are in this building?
That's a very good question. I'll look it up.
And what's it called?
It's called the COCK Arena. It's the RAC Arena. I can't really do much.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I was like, that's just falling into our lap. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
A lot of Brummers have moved out there in recent years. Well, a lot of expats in Australia.
Well, that's how it happens. For 10 minutes.
Jesus.
For about 5 minutes of ramen chants. Yeah, it is Brummy. And then...
They're doing a super show in Milburn. Done 10,000 tickets.
When's this?
Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Oh, like a house show before they head home?
10 minutes of a Pete segment again. God, it was long enough the last time.
Street fight, though, so maybe they don't quite need that.
Out
kendo.
Kendo's, barricade, Michael Cole pretending to lose his mind.
Yeah.
One of those really... shoes
Flip-flops.
Bronson will go for the shoes.
I'll tell you what, you know what? Now that you mentioned the shoes, right? What if Roman ties the shoelaces around Bronson Reed's neck, like leaves a lot of lace with one of the sneakers, and then if they can manage it, like the shoe can go. You know that dick I do like?
Which one?
From the 1975.
Matty Healy.
Did he do the thing on stage where he wrapped the microphone cord around his neck and almost knock himself out? Was that him?
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway.
It sounds like something he would do.
Yes.
He could throw them, tie them together, throw them, and then whip it in such a way that it comes back. A shoe-meringue.
Some kind of weapon spot involving shoes.
Kanga shoe.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. I need one.
I need one.
Converse All 4 Stars.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to hate this match because you know what I'm getting at. It's just going to be the same crap I see every time from a WWE Plunder match, but with additional irritating Boney M noises. If they can work some shoe stuff into this and make it a little bit patter or a little bit distinct, memorable, I wouldn't be against that whatsoever. Here's the thing. Bronson Reed wins. I don't think he will, actually. But if he does, who cares? Because Roman Reigns doing a job for Bronson Reed.
I don't know.
Can it see it?
No, I get that, yeah. And it's
Even
all,
if he does, what's Bronson Reed going to do?
yeah, it's all build for a stable war in which Bronson Reed definitely is like the obvious one to take the fall if the heel lose. It doesn't elevate him up within the vision or anything.
I will say I've just been cruel to Bronson Reed there. It's only because I don't rate him as a professional wrestler, nor do I believe he can ever be a main event star, but I digress. There are, again, two... Who's going to win out here? And I know the answer, hence why I'm being negative, right? Bronson Reed plus Plunder plus destructible landscape plus stipulations, brackets, general against Braun Strowman. Incredibly fun. Like the most fun stuff from, was it 2024 all that was kicking off?
What's that?
The Bronson Strowman. And,
oh, yeah. That was, was that 2023 maybe? But yeah, it was incredible.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Him in this context could be a lot of fun. And in fact, demonstrably it is. Roman is not flying all that way to work hard.
Yeah.
When he never has to. So look, if Roman Reigns wasn't such a justifiably lazy prick, you know what I mean? Then this might be up my street. But it's Roman in it. He's going to win out.
Yeah. Even if he loses, he wins in the end. It's like, I don't know.
No, I mean, his vision for whatever the match could be.
Whatever it looks like, yeah. How is he in weapons matches, Roman? I was trying to remember the last...
Tribal combat?
Prominent one, yeah. Which always sort of descended more into runs.
Tribal wombat. That's how violent that was.
That's better. That's a good one for the Australia, I think.
For the Australian
wombats? Australian, are they? I don't know. I think the koalas.
I could hear them, yeah.
I could hear them say it like
the
that.
cricket team called like the wombats.
I don't know. They've got like 4 cocks or something, wombats, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Marsupial deal.
Not quite enough.
Did you say not quite enough?
Five time over it.
They compete with me.
Yeah, wombats are native to Australia.
I meant it then.
Tribal wombat.
Southern hairy-nosed and northern hairy-nosed wombat.
Southern hairy. Pubes. I don't know.
Shut up, you pubes.
Shut up, you pubes.
I was thinking, does Bronson Reed, at the end of the day, you know, this is playing into his skill set, it being an Australian street fight.
They're all the same. They just got the country or the city in front of them.
Never lost one per Paul Heyman.
Yeah. And Roman Reigns prior to Clash of Paris was never stretched it out, of course. But does he, you know, Roman Reigns is the big dog. They're in Australia. Mm-hmm. You can connect the dots here. Does he get a kangaroo involved? Like, you know,
you could connect the dots. That sentence, I should have expected it.
I can, yeah, because kangaroos like to lure dogs into lakes and then drown them. That's that Jack's video we watched. That Jack kangaroo game. Like,
you know, the bloke punches the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Like, give my dog back. This kangaroo's like,
no,
what a guy.
No, that's what the kangaroo said.
No, and the dog's like, what's going on?
What did you do that for?
I was going to get in its pouch. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
That's the dog.
So who you're going? Roman.
Roman.
Yeah, I'll go Bronson. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The story I like, but the match doesn't really matter. They've promised Roman Reigns on a poster, and they've got to deliver him, and he's involved in this. And they don't want to give away the Braun Breaker match. That is something they hold on to. So.
Yeah, and I suppose if you have Braun or Jimmy or Jay work this, they're all sort of out of the picture, even if Bronson wins for this main event.
Yes, I was looking at Hamflett there going, what's his bait? I thought you were setting up a bait.
No?
Yeah, and they do need to be out of the way for this main event.
Yeah, because it is, champion versus champion. Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins.
I was determined not to laugh at him at any point during that rubbish. Then he got us in the end. That was good.
Late winner. I've been excited to preview this, as I am excited to watch it. This is what the main event of a pay-per-view / PLE should feel like, that thing that you're thinking about and are looking forward to. I think they've done a fantastic job of a match that, for me, they've got loads of good in-ring chemistry. So the thing that you might worry about when it comes to Seth Rollins in particular, you don't with Cody Rhodes, because all you can lean on is the evidence, and that suggests that this is going to be really hot, and they know when to cut off the comebacks, and Cody knows where to get the shine with Seth, and Seth will put all of his character work into it. I have a really good feeling about the quality of the match. That's to say, I don't think it's the most important thing. I really, really love this story. It is one that is a little bit of good fortune from what happened in 2022, because you can't say in good faith that was something that in the Vince McMahon booked world of WWE at the time that you ever would have imagined they would have been able to use as effectively as they have in 23, 24 and now. But it is why I'm a situational Seth guy. We talked about this on the Raw review. The best thing about Seth Rollins is that he can't be what he desperately wants to be. So he will win here, and it won't fix what is broken in Seth Rollins, which is both the fictional and real feeling that he believes he should be the guy and isn't. The one win that he will get here will be everything to him until he quickly realizes that it's nothing to Cody Rhodes or anybody else. That could come in the form of a Randy Orton run-in, or Randy Orton accidental means to help and doesn't. Or a turn. All of the above work. Randy Orton can lose it because he's patiently waited, and there's been a few times now where Cody Rhodes feels like he's more eyes on the prize with Seth than he is there for the friendship, and Randy's like, right, I'm sick of this. I have tried and I've tried and I've tried to stay your mate and not be the one guy that stabs you in the back compared to everybody else that's done it, but I'm sick now and I'm going to do it. Or he could try earnestly to help and doesn't, and that sets them off to their, I would assume, Survivor Series match.
Yes.
We'll say if it's a Survivor Series is a 4-match card, right? And if it's 2 War Games, Becky versus AJ for the IC and Randy versus Cody for the WWE, that's pretty strong for that Survivor Series stadium show. So I think they're heading for that. So we either do that here because the Vision don't help, because Seth Rollins has insisted that they don't, and Paul Heyman has respected his wishes and all that kind of thing, and Seth gets it done. Watching how little that will matter in the weeks to come as Seth Rollins goes back to his business with the Vision and back to his business with CM Punk. And he's like, I did it. I beat Cody Rhodes. I was right, guys. I'm the top guy, aren't I? Isn't that right, Paul? I brought back Brock Lesnar, sir. And actually, Punk's still a man. And, and Roman Reigns is never out your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. Watching that is going to be a really fun thing to watch play out with Seth Rollins. And they've finally given him his win over Cody Rhodes. So again, when they return to this match as a longer-term thing for a singles title, for a whatever, Cody can no longer hold over him. You can't beat me, can you, mate? He hasn't got that anymore. And it's this brand new development between the two. I love this. I genuinely love this. To such an extent where, even though to me it's not unpredictable, I still can't wait to see it.
Yes.
Do you know? It's almost like a shoot in that regard. It's not unpredictable. The booking has given you all the reasons why Seth Rollins should win, but it's still weird to visualize him pinning Cody Rhodes, isn't it? This is the proper stuff for me. This is honestly, it is a flashback to how I felt most weeks in 2023, 2024. It's the real, earnest, earthy storytelling stuff, well plotted and with all the directions spinning off it.
In terms of pure bell to bell, I'm genuinely, truly looking forward to this. And I say that because if you look at that 2022 trilogy, my favourite match of the bunch was their WrestleMania Backlash. So you had...
Gutsy, that one.
It was really, really gutsy, that. You had 3 matches in the original trilogy, and you can sort of define them. WrestleMania was the novelty. It was so surreal. I was distracted. I couldn't tell you what they did for the first 7 minutes of that match. Yeah. It was just wild.
Cody does that, doesn't he? Because he knows that's the time to get it out of his system. Do the Stardust stuff now while they're just what?
This just shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And now we're it's weird how that time made you feel. I think you were actually way more across it than I was, of they'll jump all all again. It made me feel naive again, that period of pro wrestling. So it's just so odd to watch them. Then they did some magnificent business like Cody doing when he timed the flip flop and fly, and then like tied it into the Dusty element of the story on Raw the next night, like magic. Pro wrestling magic that was. Hell in a Cell, I still think Seth should have walked up to Cody at the start of the match and went like that on his tit. Like, if I can flick you and it hurts, we're in Hell in a Cell. And then that was just some constructive criticism. But that match is considered the best. People consider it one of the best modern WWE matches ever, if you even need the modern qualifier. Like, I don't really sound like a dick, but purists prefer WrestleMania Backlash. It's not a contrarian position.
No.
It genuinely was like, Christ, I always rated Cody. Well, not in 2016, no one did, and that was the point, and that's why it was so impressive that he did what he did. But from like 2018, 2019, I was like, this Cody guy's excellent. Excellent at playing a proper old-fashioned, earthy, like fiery babyface who can just summon drama with the click of a finger. That to me was right, you've done the WrestleMania novelty, and a lot of WrestleMania matches scan as better because of the backdrop and the intense preparation that goes on. That WrestleMania Backlash, I've got the pay-per-view right, haven't I? That's what they called it in 2022. So this is just great.
Yeah.
Hypnotic, well-told, elegant. Fans are into it every second of the way. It's long, and I know it's going long. I'm not bored once, and that's rare for me, and it was rare for me back then as well.
It's a scaled-down version of this one.
Great.
Cody telling him with his work, I've got you, mate.
Yeah, great.
Sorry, I've come back for this.
Great, pure professional wrestling that they summon together. So as much as I don't care about the inner feelings and insecurities of Seth Rollins, you should be insecure. You're not good enough to be a main eventer all the time. And asked and answered by me. Asked by you, answered by me. Don't bother doing this with your character for the next however many months, because
I don't think he fits properly in this storytelling universe if he's what he thinks he is.
No. Everyone immediately jumped on after Raw saying like, there it is. That's what the Seth needs to be.
Yeah. He's the like his failings as an actual top guy is what connects so many of these actual top guys.
No, I get it all. I get it all. I don't need to see that part of the story. I'd rather just,
leave and never come back.
I just don't need this meta stuff all the time of like, it's Seth Rollins. It's like, I don't just be a character.
It's, well, you say that. It's been made sort of fiction and kayfabe by the Paul Heyman element of it. Like Seth saying to Paul,
that's a good point.
How do I beat him? Then he says, well, if you don't, mate, I'm going to bin you off. What? Like,
what?
No, that's not the deal. But like Paul Heyman has basically fictionalized that kind of people hold against Seth Rollins.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about what's the weekly adventures of Seth Rollins. Who cares? Not me. But bell to bell, this will be magic. So it always was. It always was.
I do really like the idea. And obviously we're doing a live stream for the Raw after Crown Jewel. I really like the idea of Seth Rollins walking out, main event, Crown Jewel champion, beating the other champion, obviously. Pinnacle, highlight of it. He's done it now. Turn up on Raw and just being like, right. And Paul Heyman, being like, about that. Yeah. Just immediately cutting the legs out from underneath him with regards to all this.
There was a really, this is not like in any way, I just remember it was a really effective device. Did you ever see the serialized true American crime story on O.J. Simpson?
Yes.
10-parter, I think it was.
Yes, with Schwimmer in it.
Yeah.
I thought it was even stronger.
Juice, all that. And he gets out, and they do a point of view shot of him for his coming home party, and nobody's looking at him the same. And it's like, this isn't the freedom you desired. Everybody is like, oh, welcome home. We think you did it. And like, that's the look that everyone is giving him. That idea that Seth Rollins is like, oh, great, I'm the top guy in wrestling. And none of the top guys see it.
I didn't have Seth Rollins being compared to O.J. Simpson on my big go card.
And another reason why he should win, because this is the one time, like, obviously the belt didn't leave Saudi Arabia last time. They're still going to be in Perth. He should wear the belt.
Someone going to have to be sent to...
He should wear the giant belt, and I'm hoping that he's already had it shipped. Like a ginormous gold suit made. Like, he comes out effectively dressed as the belt. Homer Simpson, giant Homer Simpson.
Does he still wear the ring going forward?
Yeah. Does he still dress as much like a cock?
Yeah, but he's like...
He's toned it down a bit.
It's themed cock, rather than like giant big red shoes.
Yeah.
But this would be a night to sort of...
Has he scaled it back, all that?
No,
he used to look more ridiculous than he does now.
It's still a different outfit every week.
But
so he's never in the same thing twice, but he has like gone.
He's
more.
looked way more like an arsehole.
Oh
past,
yeah. Like that was more babyface Seth to go silly.
Yeah.
And maybe the Raw after Crown Jewel as a coming out party.
No, that's what I mean. Like that's where I want to see them.
Yeah.
Like he's even bought like gold suits for the. Paul Heyman hasn't worn his.
Calls him,
but,
like I know he's kind of stepping on the toes of Dominic actually, but like call himself the champ. Like two titles probably, if anything.
Yeah.
When do you defend that other one? No, never mind about that.
Yeah, that's what I like. It's I think he can wear that well because he's a fraud, like, and that's a night where
he is.
That's the night he can pretend he's not.
Really looking forward to this, though. Let us know your thoughts on Crown Jewel in the comment section below or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch they can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at
M. Sidgwick.
Follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas.
and you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE and make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. We'll be back on Monday to review Crown Jewel and of course be there for the Raw live reactions on what would be for us Monday afternoon, right? We worked that out? Yeah.
They put a massive graphic on because we're all thick.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But for now, it's been the Crown Jewel preview. My thanks to Hamflett Sidgwick. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.